Welcome to our channel. Who is Alexandra Daddario's husband, Andrew Form? Alexandra Daddario has been stunning audiences for years, whether through her breakout performance in Percy Jackson or her award-nominated turn in HBO's The White Lotus. But behind the scenes, her life took a romantic turn that feels almost as compelling as her on-screen roles. Back in 2022, she married film producer Andrew Form, a name most moviegoers might not recognize right away, but whose work they've almost certainly encountered. Form isn't the typical celebrity spouse. He certainly doesn't hover at the edge of the spotlight. Instead, he's an accomplished Hollywood professional with a resume that includes hits like A Quiet Place and The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, 2003. While Daddario and her career have often been the focus of media attention, her husband's life and career offer a fascinating story of their own. From his early days hustling behind the scenes to his work on some of the most successful films of the last 2 decades, Form's journey to becoming a Hollywood heavyweight is every bit ambitious as it is surprising. We'll be pulling back the curtain on Andrew Form, his career, his relationships, and the life he's built alongside Daddario. Whether he's producing box office hits or stepping into his role as a father and husband, Form's story is one of steady dedication and success well-earned. Andrew Form's Hollywood career didn't start with red carpets or flashy premieres. It began with the grunt work. Raised in New York, Form took his first steps in the entertainment world as a production assistant, a job that, as anyone in the industry will tell you, often means doing everything from fetching coffee to hauling equipment. But it was this unglamorous start that gave him a crash course in the business and a chance to make connections. Born in Long Island, Form grew up with the kind of determination that would later define his career. In those early years, he wasn't afraid to get his hands dirty, working long hours on commercials and music videos. The hustle paid off, and Form soon found himself working on larger projects, steadily climbing the ranks. He started gaining recognition with early projects like The Making of Crimson Tide and Kissing a Fool, laying the groundwork for what would become a long and successful career in Hollywood. For Form, those early days weren't just about breaking into the industry. They were about learning how to make sense of the chaos and how to thrive in it. The long hours and unpredictable challenges of production gave him the resilience and expertise he needed to take his career to the next level, and that is precisely what he did. By the early 2000s, Andrew Form had gone from a behind-the-scenes assistant to an industry player in his own right. Alongside partners Michael Bay and Brad Fuller, Form co-founded Platinum Dunes, a production company with a clear mission, revitalizing the horror genre with modern, high-production value remakes. Their formula proved wildly successful, kicking off with the 2003 reboot of The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. The film wasn't just a box office success. It reintroduced the classic horror story to a new generation, cementing Platinum Dunes as a force to be reckoned with in Hollywood. Other hits followed, including The Amityville Horror, 2005, and Friday the 13th, 2009, as the team developed a reputation for crafting high-stakes, edge-of-your-seat horror eye candy. Unlike some producers who prefer to stay in the background, Form has always been known for his hands-on approach, overseeing every detail of the production process. Platinum Dunes wasn't just about horror films, though. Under Form's guidance, the company began branching into new territory, proving that his blooming talents weren't limited to scares or big budgets. The concept of the company was always to find interesting directors who have a great sense of style, who have not done a movie before, Form said in an interview for the documentary Chainsaw Redux, Making a Massacre, via YouTube. With each project, he solidified his reputation as a producer who could bring a fresh, clear vision along with efficiency, a rare combination in an industry often defined by quite the opposite. When A Quiet Place hit theaters in 2018, it wasn't just another box office smash, it was somewhat of a cultural phenomenon. The high-concept thriller, centered on a family surviving in silence to avoid sound-sensitive monsters, redefined what modern horror could be. Behind the scenes, Andrew Form was instrumental in bringing the project to life. Working closely with director and co-writer John Krasinski, Form played a pivotal role in shaping the film's unique tone. The reliance on silence as a storytelling device posed challenges that most producers never have to consider. The biggest challenge was being able to tell the story without the effects. What we learned.